Wait, what?
You forgot
Oh,
the
okay.
colon.
Hold on. It's like one. It's not just like one little guy.
Huh?
It's got one little exclam over here, and it's giving me a little blue squiggle.
Yeah, so at the bottom, it's telling you what's going on. It says you have an unused variable, and it also does not need to be mutable. Which is okay, that's just a warning.
Oh, okay. Unused variable. Variable does not need to be mutable. Okay. All right.
So if you wanted to use it, you could debug line. This will be more interesting to look at,
Okay.
which is the reason that I had you go through all that collecting. The pain of collecting.
Okay. So now I need to do now I would debug line.
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. So I would do dbg line.
Yep.
Probably. All right. Perfect. Hold on.
Yep. And that will take care of the unused warning. It'll still be mad that it's mutable, but that's okay.
Okay. Oh, but there we go.
And that
Nice.
looks a little bit more reasonable, I think.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's okay. So this is the atom,
Yep.
and this is X, Y, or Z,
Yep.
or X, Y, and Z, I guess. Okay, that's cool. All right, nice. I guess I don't need to make it mutable then. I can just leave it. I can just take that out, or would you recommend leaving mute
No,
in?
yeah, take it out.
Okay, cool. That's so nifty.
And now if you
All right,
compile again, it won't show that warning at the top.
dude, that is so cool.
Yep.
All right, nice. Huh. So this vector, it's like a. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, so now that I have all that,
Here, why don't you summarize what we just did? Because this is a
okay,
this is a
all right.
really useful pattern to use in the future.
Okay, so essentially what I had done is I took the contents of this file that I just read, and then I said that for every line in that file, I split it on the white space. So I split it on the spaces,
Yep.
and then I collected all of that into some vector or into some list, I guess.
Yeah, it
Um,
is a call it a vector.
okay. I split all of that and collected it into a vector. So now what we have is just a collection of all of the lines, but each of the lines are split into
Yep.
its own list.
Yeah. I mean, it is a vector. You can think of it as a list if that helps you. I don't. You may, without any other languages, you may not have actually any useful association from list. So if just vector is good with you, just call it a vector.
I okay.
It's
I'm
just
just
as you
trying to
can see on the right, it's just a sequence of elements.
yeah, it's a sequence of elements. Okay.
And the nice thing about a vector is that you can index into it.
Ooh.
So, do you have any? You might have a guess for this. If you wanted to print the first or potentially zeroth element of every line, do you have an
Yes.
idea for how you might do that?
I mean, yeah, I mean I would just say like if I wanted to print that I would just do like line 0.
Yeah, give that a try.
Pretty neat.
All right.
Pretty good stuff. Okay.
All right, you got to hit F6 too. That curly brace is killing me.
What curly brace? All right, fine. Fine. Whatever. Don't
Okay.
get mad at me. All right, perfect. Okay, so now that we've done that, back to what we were. Okay, wait. Let me at least read the documentation just
Yeah,
to
back
see.
to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay, so read the data from each line into appropriate variables. Okay. Is this what it means by appropriate variables, or like do I need to store them as their own like
Yeah, you're so maybe this is a good time to look at the next step. So, because what you're going to use something for helps to shape
Yes.
what
Yes.
what types and everything you want it to be in.
Yes.
Okay.
Because so the thing, right, right. So if I look at the next step, we're doing bond lengths, right? So
Yeah.
we're calculating the interatomic distance using this expression, which is here,
Unreadable.
which is yeah, entirely just unintelligible. Where x, y, and z are the Cartesian coordinates. Okay, so from what I'm gathering here, I need to store these values as x, y, or z coordinates. So like they're already separated here, but I feel like I need to further separate them and say that this particular section are x coordinates. This particular section is y coordinates, and then finally we have z coordinates.
Yeah.
Um,
And something
I
else you may want to do.
mhm.
Uh, do you know what type they are right now?
I'm assuming they're strings right now.
Right. So you
Yeah,
want to actually do math on them. You can't usually
right.
do math on strings. So you're also going to
We
want
want
to do
to
some kind of conversion there.
where we want to convert the string to a float or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a way that I can do that like on this line where I just store them as a? Well, I can't because the first one is actually an integer, right? So I can't. We can do that. We can do that when I take them and store them in the next one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, you could, but it would be pretty intense. So
Yeah.
better not to.
All right.
That's why I was grinning.
Yeah. So now that I have these lines, these individual lines,
Yeah.
um, if I wanted to store them as their own would I want to store them as their own vector?
Sure.
Okay. So I just I think naively I would want to like just copy this line. Could I do like let line and then one for the x coordinates? Would I be able to do that and then store it in its own vector? Do you want me to just like type out what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Type what you're saying, and then we'll see how it looks.
Okay. So
It
what
doesn't
I'm
sound
saying
good, but
is,
we'll see how it goes.
yeah, that's yeah. I expected as much. Okay, I'm seeing now that I probably can't do that with all these angry squiggles.
Yeah.
Okay. Something's. It's just. It's rather
So
upsteady spaghetti.
let's
Okay.
just talk a little bit about this before you get too far along. So you can put that back, but when you use let, that is creating a new variable.
Oh, I don't want to create a new variable.
Right. It looks like you're trying to access a variable.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, you don't need the let for that. And then I can actually tell you a new bit of syntax for this. Um, if you want to append something to a vector, you have to use vector dot push.
Okay.
So you'll need that. You're not quite ready for that, but you did mention putting things in vectors. So you're going to need vec push.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So this line so far at least bare bones. I need to edit it, right? But do I need to delete this whole line and start fresh that I've just added?
Yeah, I would probably delete that line. But what were you
Okay.
going for with that line?
Well, okay, so I've already done all this work, right, where I have let line equal some vector.
Yeah.
I want to access a specific, I guess, index
Right?
of the vector and store that in its own vector.
Okay. Well, we've got a line kind of like that already. The next line.
Yeah, here. Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
what I need to do, would I do like vec dot push?
Well, sorry,
No, I
that might have
can't
been
do that.
misleading.
Yeah.
So when I said vec.push, that vec or push is a method on vectors, but you need an existing vector to call it on. So what vector do you want to push these into?
I guess I don't have one yet.
That's right.
So I need to initialize a vector.
Yes.
Okay. Would I need to do that inside or outside of this for loop?
Well,
I would assume
do you want to reinitialize it on every line, or do you want it to persist across all of the lines?
I don't know what those words mean.
Well, Do you want to use if you want to use it for a single line and then have it be destroyed? Do it inside the loop.
No, I want to. I know. I want to keep adding it to a vector. Like I
Right.
don't want to just like. Okay.
So then it should be outside the loop.
Okay. So then, how do I? All right. So I guess I need to look up how do I initialize a vector? Should I look in the
I
documentation for
think
that or?
I think we can just do it from here maybe. Because
Okay.
it looks exactly like your string new line, except instead of string you say vec.
Oh my god. Okay. So let mute.
Yep.
I don't know. I'll just call it x.
Sure.
Okay. Perfect. Oh no, I didn't need to do that. I do equals
Yep.
vec new.
Beautiful.
What
That
happened?
stupid inlay hands.
Okay. Okay, so there's that, and I guess I should do the same thing for y and z,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think
Okay.
you may need the atomic charge at some point.
Okay. Well, I can do that too.
You can do it, yeah.
uh, charge.
Yeah, the tragedy here is that you usually use the symbol Z for atomic charge, you know?
Yeah.
You can't use Z for because you've already got Z.
Yep. Let mute charge. Ooh, is charge something already?
That's okay. It's mad because it doesn't know the type of the vector, but as soon as you push things into it, it will be able to infer the type.
Oh. Okay.
So that's actually just a temporary squiggle.
Okay. Okay, so now I would think this is kind of where I can start doing something like that.
Yeah?
So I want to push this onto a vector.
Yep.
So what I need to do something to the effect of like, do I need to say like, I don't know what the syntax is here, but
Yeah,
x is a vector.
it's vec dot push. So name of vec dot push.
Okay.
Yeah,
X
beautiful.
dot push, and then I would say line one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And
this
look,
is
yeah, you
hard.
can see your inlay hints. See, now it knows the type of vex.
That's cool.
Kind of neat,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Well, I guess I need to do this. I need to say C charge. And I can make that 0, and then oh, you can't do that to me. All right. So this is Y, and then V, and I can do. Nice.
Beautiful.
All right. Perfect.
And you can delete that line if you want.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so now I have each of those things.
Yep.
Okay.
Give it a run.
Well, it's not going to do anything.
What do you mean?
Well, I've not. Well, never mind.
Oh, it'll do something.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
The len is 1, but the index is 1.
Do you remember in your geom file if one of the lines was different from the others?
Oh, it sure was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So this is a great segue into conditionals because you want to do something if something is the case and not do something otherwise.
Okay. If the length of the line is greater than 1.
Yep. Perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
Oh wait, really?
And that's basically what you write. Yeah.
Okay. So
If and the way you say it though is actually line dot length because and it's len, not you don't have to write all of length because len is a method on vex.
Okay, so I don't need to have. Do I need to have
yeah,
these?
it's a method, so you do have to call it. Yep. Line dot len.
If the line, okay, is, well, I mean, greater than 1.
Sure.
Do something. How do I indicate that I wanted to? Oh, do I need to have this?
Yep. Yeah, the
Okay.
answer is usually curly braces. At least
Okay.
pretty much everything we've done so far.
All right. Well, I want that to be the thing, but I want to take this out of it, right?
No. The first line of this file is the number of atoms.
Oh. I see.
So actually, yeah, if there's only one element, you want to skip it.
Okay. So what do I do? I need. Okay, we're cool then, right? We're all right.
That's perfect. Yeah, beautiful. That should run successfully. And now you should be right that it won't do anything. But you can give it a run and make sure.
All right. Hey yo,
Great.
that's so cool.
One other thing you might want to take care of while you're here is if you look at your inlay hints, you'll see that these
Yeah.
are all actually vecs of strings still.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Is there a
So
way that I can like not? I don't know. I guess I need to do the convert, like how to convert a string into a float.
yeah,
I guess I need to look that up in the documentation.
I guess so. I'm trying. I
There's
actually don't know if the documentation will be helpful, but let's find out. Let's see. I won't let you flounder for too long.
okay, sounds good to me.
I think this is one of the things that's a little bit difficult about the documentation. Yeah, that's not looking too good.
Maybe I need to do like convert rates for conversion between types.
Maybe. So I guess I'll just tell you what to search. Try parse.
God. Okay. Parse.
So even knowing what to search, I'm not sure it's going to help. But yeah, go up to that top one.
Okay. Parses this string into another type. It can cause problems with type errors. That's one of the few times you'll see the syntax affectionately known as the turbo fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we could have actually
Parse.
used a turbo fish on the collect, but I was trying to save you from the turbo fish.
Okay. Okay. So let for
But you might be old enough for turbo fish now.
using the turbo fish instead of annotating for. Okay. I don't think this is making sense to me.
Okay, so that one that you just read, using the turbo fish instead of for, or
Yeah.
actually the one below that,
This one?
or no, sorry, yeah, the turbo fish one. That's the one you want, basically. So you have some string, in this case 4, right? You
Yeah.
call dot parse on it, and
Yeah.
you use the turbo fish to specify what type you want to parse into.
Okay.
And then we'll actually use the dot unwrap from above. That way we don't have to deal with the match or question mark or anything.
Okay.
So unwrap is a way to just say, I don't care about your stupid result. Just give me the okay value or crash the program.
Yeah. Yeah. So is this so like do I need to do this on this line right here?
Yes, you'll
Or
actually need to do
okay.
this on each of the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would need to do like what is it? Dot parse
Yeah.
and
Colon
then
colon. Oh, yeah. You got a turbo fish. It's real. Turbo fish is really weird looking. Colon colon, and then you do the angle brackets because that's how you specify a generic type parameter. So
okay.
you just put a type in here.
Okay.
Um.
What's the standard float type?
Well, do you want the charge to be a float or an integer?
No, that'd be an integer.
So what I usually use for integers is called usize. So this is an unsigned integer, which basically means a positive integer.
Yeah, okay.
And the size part refers to like the size of your CPU architecture.
Okay.
So if you have like a 64-bit processor, then usize should be a 64-bit unsigned integer.
Okay.
So it's just it's a convenient thing to use. So usize.
Okay, perfect. And now we need to do the dot unwrap.
Now you need to actually call parse. So now you put the parens, and then you unwrap.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. So the other option, like you saw in the documentation, is that you could actually annotate the type of charge itself. So if you'd rather write let charge colon vec usize, that would also solve this problem. But it's just up to you. Turbofish or annotate your vector. Either way.
Okay. So the next ones are going to be floats, though.
Yes. And the floating type you should use, Rust actually has multiple floating types. You should use F64.
Okay. So I would need to do like it's dot parse,
yep.
right? Dot parse, and then this little guy F64.
Yep.
Is there like is there an F size somewhere or?
No. So again, the U is for unsigned.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also an I size for signed.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but all the floating point types start with F. I think it's only F32 and F64. But you know, for high precision stuff like this, we definitely want 64 bits.
Sure. All right, perfect.
Okay, that's good. So you have all these unwraps. So the fact that it finished actually means that all the parses worked. Even though you're not printing your XYZ or anything, you can be confident that it worked.
All right, Mr. Krabs.
Now your inlay hints are actually wrong. That's not a good sign. Because it should know that, like, charge should say that it's a vec usize, and the other two should say vec F64. But for some reason it didn't update.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Why don't you debug all your new vectors? Just take a look at them, and then
okay.
Then we can skedaddle if you want.
Okay. Let me do that then. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and debug all of my vectors. I guess down here is as good a place as any, right? To do a little bit of some DBG like this. And then do I need to do like the ampersand charge, or do I just need to type charge?
No, you can just type it. And you can actually put them all in here separated by commas.
Oh, nice.
Or you can have separate ones, whatever you want.
Ooh. No, I don't want separate ones. Charge X, Y.
The fumpter.
I forget that it exists.
It'll fix all of that.
Yeah. That's what they keep telling me. Yeah, whatever. Beautiful. Dude, look at that money.
Yep. XYZ.
That's free money.
And it even looks right.
Okay.
All right, why don't you commit that and then go mow your lawn?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go mow my lawn. Okay, so it's Control X G. I need to stage that stuff, and then I need to do CC to commit. Let's see. I will say that I split the lines of file into appropriate vectors.
Nice.
And then now I can do CC. Perfect.
All right. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. That was fun.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, I think this has been a good experience so far.
Awesome. Well, sounds good. Around. Let me know when you want to do it again.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I guess I'll just wrap up the video. I know we only got through half of like one project. Probably not even half. I bet you there's a lot more left to go.
Oh yeah, this project's pretty long, but a lot of it's pretty similar.
Oh wow.
And I think we covered a lot of important stuff though. I mean, we had to like get into Rust. We had to talk about enums, results, options. We had to talk about, match. And we covered like all the important control flow. We covered if. We talked about for loops. We talked about iterators. We talked about strings, floats.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of important stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it was a good video. As long as you feel good about it.
No, I feel good about it. I think it's good.
Oh, and
I
we
mean,
uncovered a horrific bug in Eagle
yeah, this is kind of scary.
I think if you revert the buffer, it should fix it, but who knows?
Revert boof.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I have all of my vectors.
True. Beautiful.
I guess that's it.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye bye. Adios. All right, I'm done recording.
All right.
I'm not actually done recording. Apparently, Control Meta R does something. All right, now I'm done.